Hey everyone, it's Kayla here, and today I'm sharing a layout and process video for Scrap Squad, and I'm going to be using this week's Scraplift as inspiration for my layout today. Now this week's Scraplift, I've had this saved on Pinterest since it was first created. I think it's just one of the most beautiful layouts ever. So I was really excited when this was picked for one of our weekly scrap lifts. So I'm going to start off with I forgot what it's called. What's this collection called? Safe Travels collection by Simple Stories. And I've been using this collection to scrap a recent holiday we went on back in July. We went down to Devon and we visited Devon and Cornwall whilst we were down there. It was a fishing holiday that we went on. My husband's family really enjoy fishing. It's not really my cup of tea, but I did have a go whilst I was there, and I did have fun and enjoy. But I really enjoyed watching my family have fun fishing, and the kids' faces when they'd caught something was just priceless. But like I said, when we were there, it wasn't all about fishing. We were very lucky. We went during a heat wave. It was extremely hot when we was down there. I mean, the drive down took a long time. It took us 9 hours and it should have only took around 5. It did take us a long time. We got caught in a lot of traffic. But one of the days out that we went on, we visited a place called Bude, which is in Cornwall, I believe. And it's an absolutely beautiful seaside town. The beach itself was lovely as well, and we had such a fantastic day there together. And it was absolutely perfect because it was so hot. Just to be able to get into the sea and cool off. And I think it is always cooler near the beach, when you're at the beach, than it is kind of inland, because you get that sea air and it's lovely. Lovely, it's lovely and cool. And on this particular day, like I said, we went to Bude, and I took a photo of this beautiful row of houses, and they were painted in different colours, and I just thought it was absolutely stunning. So I took a photograph of that, and I wanted to scrap it, and I found in this collection, even though sort of like burnt oranges, dark navies, greens, there is also like this light turquoise colour, and also some peaches and pinks as well, which I thought would match this photograph perfectly. Now, like I said, it was such a hot day, and I even though I was absolutely covered head to toe in sun cream, I still managed to burn really badly. I think it's because I found that on the holiday, me and my husband seemed to burn, where the kids, they didn't, and I think it's because they're a bit more weathered than we are. So yeah, it was a scorcher of a day, but it was so nice being down at the beach. I have got lots of the beach photos to scrap, and obviously I'll probably get round to scrapping those next summer. But some of the other photos I have managed to scrap. I've scrapped quite a few of the fishing ones, and a couple of the days out, but I'm going to save some of the beachy photos for possibly next summer. So anyway, let's talk about my layout. Like I mentioned, I've picked these kind of more lighter pastel colours because they match the photo really well. I have created, I've kind of cut out my banner, and I'm going for the stripe and dot pattern paper for my banner. Now on the original layout, there is like kind of a shaker mesh bag with sequins in. I'm not going to do that on mine. The reason I kind of picked this dotty paper was kind of to kind of mimic that. I have started now going through a lot of the embellishments that I have, picking out things that match in colour or work well with kind of the seaside theme. I've picked out a little bathing suit, What else have I got on there? I've got a tag which is in the same polka dot pattern, a little arrow, some sunglasses, a geo tag, and I've also started picking a few things out of the sticker book which I've stuck down to some white cardstock, and I'm going to fussy cut those out, making sure to kind of stick with the same colours. Now I had gone off camera now, and I'd stuck down my pattern paper strip, and I've also done some machine stitching around the layout and also on my papers, ready to make my banner. I'm distressing the edges of my banner. I love distressed edges on my pages. It adds some texture. It also kind of adds a bit of definition between layers and things. So I've now distressed the edges of those, and I've stuck down my papers together. And now I'm getting ready to kind of assemble my banner. Now, I did spend some time, whilst I was off camera, searching through my stash, because I knew I had some of these like wooden skewer sticks somewhere in my stash. I thought I knew where they was, but it looks as though Darcy had decided to do a little bit of tidying for me in some of my drawers, and I couldn't find them, and then they was right at the back of one of my Alex drawers, and it was like the drawer above the drawer that I thought they was in. So I've managed to find one of those, and I've cut it down so that it fit for my banner. And I mean, I have made kind of a banner like this before, and I did the whole fold at the top with so that I could kind of slot it through, the skewer through. But on this occasion I kind of cheated and just popped it behind and popped the banner up on some foam instead. And now I'm going to attach some twine, and I'm going to tie it around the wooden stick, and then I'm going to kind of just leave it hanging for a little while till I figure out how I'm going to attach it to the page, and kind of what I'm going to use. This is quite fiddly. I'd also added glue on the back of the wooden stick, so it was a bit tacky and sticky, but it does stick down, and like I'm looking at the layout now, and that definitely isn't going to go anywhere. So yeah, it was a little bit fiddly, but it's definitely worth adding on if you're trying to recreate like the banner look on your page. So now my banner is more or less in place. Like I said, I just need to kind of attach my twine down properly. So I'm going to start layering things back onto the layout and start committing to a few things. So I have added a white mount around my photograph. I print using the free print, so I don't get the option of having one already on my photograph, so I do always add a white photo mount, because I just think as well it kind of makes it pop off the page a little bit more, having the white border. It stops the photo from kind of blending in into your papers and things, especially if like on this occasion where I've picked colours that kind of match perfectly with the photo, so it just kind of adds that bit of separation. So I really like to do that, and I do sometimes add another mount in a coloured patterned colour or patterned paper. On this occasion I choose not to, because I am going to layer a few things in. I have fussy cut out the stickers from the sticker book, and so that I can use those then as die cuts and kind of move them around until I'm happy with where they are. These circles are from the sticker book, which were perfect, because if you look at the original layout, there's a couple of circles to the top of the banner. And now I'm kind of just fiddling again and making sure I like where everything goes, and a few things do change. I'm not sure if I skip past when I come to stick it all down, so you don't have to watch me do it probably for like a third or fourth time now. Just layering things in. But I do change my mind quite a few times with a few little bits and pieces on this page to try and get my embellishments right. So now I have skipped forward and all my embellishments are stuck down in place. I did decide to glue my twine down at the top, and then I used one of the enamel dots to kind of act like a pin, but it definitely isn't going to go anywhere. The glue that I use is the Tombow Mono Multi-Liquid Glue, and it is pretty strong stuff. I've not had any issues with it with any of my projects before. I looked again at the original layout and I noticed that there was some pattern paper underneath the photograph and it was fringed. And I hadn't added this on mine because I actually didn't notice it before, because there's so many little details throughout this page. So it's that you can look at it and look at it again and notice something new each time. So I did decide to cut a little strip of pattern paper, and I added some fringe into that and stuck that under my photo, which was actually perfect because I felt like I needed a little bit of something underneath my photograph. And that was a great way to bring a little pop of the pink under the photo. And I don't have any fringing scissors or anything. I do it by hand. So it does take a little bit of time, but it is worth it. And, you know, it does look really nice and it adds another texture to the layout. I'm just sticking in now a few more enamel dots. One of them, for some reason, didn't have any sticky on the back, and I went to stick it down and it just flung off. So I did use a little bit of my glue to stick that down. Now I'm going to come in with my title. On the original layout, it looks as though she's kind of got a main title and then a second title on the page as well. She has cute running up the side of the photo, and then she has bunnies. Maybe it's all one title, but she has bunnies to the side. I decided just to have my title to the side. It's going to be quite a short one for this page. It's just the name of the little seaside town that we was in, which was Bude. I'm so jealous of anyone that lives in Bude, because I mean I could definitely live there. It was absolutely stunning. So yeah, and I'm going to use some of my Paige Evans thickers. I have a billion packs of these, and I will continue to buy them as long as I can, because they are the perfect thicker for, you know, almost any project really, and especially because I scrap on a much smaller scale. And then I'm going to finish off this page with some splatters, just using my pearlescent paints, and these are just cheap paints from Hobbycraft here in the UK. And here are some close-ups of my page. I'm really pleased with how this turned out. I really love the colours and I think they match my photo perfectly. If you want to join in with this week's Scraplift, then please do join us on the Scrap Squad Facebook group. Thank you for watching. Bye.